Hello and welcome back at another tutorial on this channel. Today I got something special. We are going to take a look at the new free program MIDI Song to Style from Yamaha. This program converts MIDI files to styles for the Yamaha Pa5X series and the Yamaha Genos series. This program also works for the Korg Pa5X, and you can even use the Pa5X as a sound source in this program, which I will show later in this video. So let's start exploring the features it has to offer. So when you start this program, you have to do some configuration. The first step you have to do is to import a voice list for your specific model. If you have a Genos 2, then it's already perfect. If you have a Genos 1 or an older model, you have to import a voice list for that. And you can do that by going to the edit menu, import voice list, and you can download the voice list from the Yamaha website. And you can select your model that is supported. When you are using a model that isn't supported, like the Korg Pa5X, then don't worry about this. The only thing you can't do is the revoicing part. The rest is working. So you can do the revoicing very easy on the Korg Pa5X yourself. So no problem at all. I have a Korg Genos 1 and I've imported this specific file. So when you have imported the voice list, then the program is ready to use. And the only thing you have to do then is setting the MIDI information correctly. So click on it. And here you can say, hey, which MIDI import device am I going to use? And that's really convenient because you can change the chords to audition the style. And which MIDI output device do I use? So I'm using a native complete control keyboard for my computer. And I've used that one. The generic USB MIDI is from my Korg Pa5X, and the digital workstation is the Yamaha Genos 1. So you can use any kind of MIDI input device you want. Now, I'm going to use the native control complete keyboard. And I'm sending the information to the Yamaha Genos 1 in this case. If I don't have a keyboard available because I'm on the road or I don't simply have it connected to the computer, that's not an issue at all. Then you can use the MIDI Song to Style synth, and this is a generic MIDI file player. So that's basically all there is to the settings, really easy. And so let's convert one of the MIDI files. I selected 3 MIDI files to show you different situations. The Piano Man from Billie is a quite straightforward one. The Ordinary World, we have to do some modifications to the keys and some revoicing. And the Famous a la Playa goes really in depth, changing the behavior of certain patterns. So let's start with the most easy one, and this is probably the user case that most people will do. Drag it into the MIDI Song to Style program, and it does the conversion, and it will analyze the complete MIDI file and gives you the intro 2, 3, 4 main variations, the fills and the ending. The breaks, I've never seen it added a break in one of the MIDI files, so you can easily do it yourself, but this is the style that is had made from that Piano Man. And you can see over here that it has analyzed the song, and that is detected that this song is in C major. And that is correct because the song is indeed in C major. But in other cases like the Ordinary World MIDI file, it will give a wrong key and you have to correct that yourself, but in this case it's correct. So now it has created that Piano Man song, so let's listen to it. The intro 2 is the main intro, and we are not going to loop it because it's the intro. So if you disable this, it will automatically go to the main A variation, just like on your original keyboard. So we are listening to it now, and because it's in C major, it's default selected the C major chord. And if you don't have a keyboard available, then you can select different chords over here. So let me move this. And now it goes to variation A. So now it has determined, hey, this is a good section in the MIDI file for the piano for main A. And if you want a different chord, for instance F or G, you can click them. But it's much more convenient to play it on your keyboard. So really nice, but you also hear during the audition that it's, let me stop this, that it adds a little piano on the end, which I don't want in main A variation. So we are going to change this, and we can do this in the detailed edit page. So click that one. And now we see the complete MIDI file over here. You see all the variations and fills and intros, which it has selected from that specific MIDI file. And it does a great job because it knows which elements aren't really important for this song. I have no idea how it does it, but it does it really well. And it automatically entered the chord variations and the rhythms to the correct parts, which are important for the background. It mutes the melody element and so on. So with this section you can listen to the complete MIDI file, and that's really convenient because sometimes it uses a different part of the MIDI file that you don't want to use. For instance, I don't want that specific ending on the main A. So what you can do is set, hey, this is where I want to start, press it, and now I hear the complete MIDI file. So I set it over here, and you can, when I click this one, I hear the complete MIDI file, and when I hear a section that I want for main A, I can stop it and use that section. So let's try that. It now plays that intro from that MIDI file. So this is a nice part to use for the main section. So here constantly the same section, and let's zoom in a little bit. So let's use one measure for that specific element. Yeah, that's fine. So we are going to use this section for variation A, for main A. Click it on the plus and say, hey, I want the main A section assigned to this. Now it will be removed over there and it will be added over here. Now that section is without that specific piano part at the end, if we audition it. So perfect now. This is my variation A now. And you also see how inconvenient it is that you constantly have this thing set up. So we are going to disable this. Disable the setting. And now whenever we play something, it doesn't happen anymore. So this is main B. And this is fine. We want some variations on main B. Let's check selection C. So for now this is good enough, and you have the fills. Also fine. So let's try it with the song. So very nice. And the ending, let's listen if the ending's okay. Yeah, that's a good part for the ending. So the system did an excellent job converting this Piano Man to this new song style. It created the intro really good. We have modified the main section A because we didn't want that element on the end. That's a personal choice. We can also add some extra elements to it by dragging. So this is the most easy part of creating styles. Now it's finished. You want to save it to style. Click this icon. And now you can save it to a location on your computer, or you can save it directly to your instrument if the instrument supports it. Well, if I try that on my Genos 1, it doesn't work, but that's not an issue at all because I can save it on the computer with any name I want, and I've just transferred it through USB. So that's the way to create simple styles. So let's take it up a notch and let's go into depth with some more complex stuff. Okay, we have a next one, Ordinary World from Duran. Let's import it, and we are going to overwrite this one. So now it has analyzed this specific MIDI file, and it creates all kind of variations and intros, and it says that the song is in A major. And it isn't in A major, the song is in C sharp minor. So what does this mean? This means that the song will be played correctly if you press the A major chord. And you are going to play the song in original key, C sharp minor. So if you do that, it will interpret this element completely wrong, the intro. So let's try it in the standard E major chord, and it will sound correctly. So this is the perfect intro for this song. And it will go to main A. And you hear now this is in A, because this has to be in C sharp minor. It did it for that one correctly, but not for the intro one. And it gets even worse if I play, I have now the C sharp minor chord selected. If I play intro 1 now, or the intro 2 now, listen, it has created this intro from that. Totally wrong, which makes sense because it was analyzed on variation on the A major chord. So you can imagine this is definitely not what you want. Let me stop this. So we need to correct this, and this is normal. When you are creating styles, then these kind of things do happen, because not every MIDI file is in C major and is most likely in its own key. And it does a great job analyzing MIDI files, but these kind of things it can't really do quite well. And if you are used to building styles, then these are common scenarios that you are going to solve. And even if you're not that experienced, it's easy to solve also in this program when you know how to do this. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to solve this in this program. So we know now, hey, this song is in C sharp minor, but the intro 2 is completely wrong. So let's fix that. Now we go to the edit page and we open the detail edit window. And we get a quite intimidating screen at first sight. It isn't intimidating once you know what it is, but the first glance is really impactful. Basically what you are seeing here is the labels of the intro 2, 3, main A, B, C, D, fills, breaks and the endings. And you can see which element is assigned to it, to each channel. And that's corresponding these elements. And we know that the intro 2 is wrong, so we want to change the intro 2 to something different, because this is completely wrong. So we are going to modify that. And you can do that by pressing one of the items over here. And if you press that one, you get a detailed programming screen. And this is a really important screen when you are converting MIDI files. And basically this is for the complete intro. Intro B is the key signature set to A major. It analyzed that E major that I showed you in the beginning. And that's not correct. So everything is played is now converted to an E major intro. So we are going to fix this. It's in C sharp minor. That's all you have to do. And now it's completely fixed for that complete intro. So if we play that intro now again, we play the C minor chord and it's perfect. And when we go to main A, you will notice that it completely is a correct sound now again. So how easy is that? now we have that song. So if I want to play it, let's play the C# minor E F. Please. So perfect to play that song, and with only a few mouse clicks we fixed that complete MIDI file. So the detailed edit page is a really important one, and you can do a lot more than this. And first let me show you for the Korg Pa5X owners that you can also use the Korg Pa5X for this. Let's use the same conversion, and I'm sending it now to the Korg Pa5X, which you can recognize at generic USB MIDI name on my computer. And if you play it now, then you will hear this intro 2 and variations on the Korg Pa5X. You hear the Korg Pa5X now. So, and that's something you can use in with a lot of your instruments, because it's generic MIDI. Most instruments support generic MIDI, so you can use it for every instrument that supports generic MIDI. So let's play that song again. Okay, let's set it back to the Genos, Yamaha Genos again. So, and one thing that we have to do now is we have the generic, we have a great rendition of the style of the song Ordinary World, but we don't use the sounds of the Yamaha Genos. That process is called revoicing, and you can do that in the same system. And we can see I want to, for instance, replace the guitar on channel 5. It's assigned to CHD1, so the chord 1. So let's listen to that, how that guitar sounds. If you hold Shift and you click that chord 1, then you will only solo that channel. And we are going to change this. So holding Ctrl and clicking it twice, you hear everything again. So let's go to the detailed edit page. And press this one, the voice names. And we know on channel 5 the C1, the chord 1. It's now a clean guitar from the channel MIDI section. And we are going to replace that with something from the Genos. So let's select the clean guitar. I wanted more 50s, I think. Let's use this one. This one is something I like more. And I also want the standard kit replaced with the power kit. So let's replace it with the power kit 2. Yeah, that's something that I like more. So now I did the revoicing for the complete styles, and we can listen to it directly. So I'm using now the complete new voices for the drum kit and for the guitar, and you can do this for every channel, but I would make this video too long, but you understand how it's done. Okay, so these are some of the basic edits. I showed you how to modify the intro to the key that it has to in there. So save it to a style on your computer, and you have created a new style. So this original MIDI file was in C# minor, and with just a few mouse clicks you have made it completely correct for using your Genos 1, 2 or Korg Pa5X, whatever you want. Okay, let's take it up a notch and let's go into how to change specific part elements. We are going to use the Vamos a la Playa because that is a good example of things that can go wrong. Okay, if we listen to the main A from variation A, you hear that specific element of Vamos a la Playa, that is on the same key. It doesn't follow that specific part. So when we listen to it in MIDI, you will hear that that chord 1 has a different pattern that we want, that is something that we would really like in our variations. So let's listen to it. Yeah, let's solo it, hold shift. So it does that specific part. And we want this behavior in that specific pattern, because when we are using it in the style, it will play this. All on the same note. And that's something we don't want. So we have to change that. So let's change that. Let's play it in C. So this is also be done in the detailed edit window, and we know that it's on chord 1, and we want to modify it for variation A, main A. So we see the C1 over here on channel 12, and we click that one. Now, if you want to make changes to that specific setting, then we have here the in-depth style elements, and you can see it's a phrase melodic, but it has to be stable for your main chord, and that's something we don't want. We want that specific pattern. So we want to say, hey, it's not the root only or the root fifth or the active root only and fifth. That's all kind of variation on how it plays, but we want the original pattern based on the chord that we are playing. So if we change this to the active for main and we play it now, you will hear that original chord again. So it's really easy to modify. And if you go to A minor, and if you make it minor, it also works. So this is a really convenient setting to use for guitar parts, chord parts, and you can select what it is. Guitar strokes is the chords, chordal phrases, melodic phrases, arpeggios are for specific arpeggiator patterns. So experiment with this if for instance, the bass line is constantly on the same note, and normally you want to hear that pattern. For instance, if you transfer Billie Jean from Michael Jackson, that is a specific pattern that you want to go on and on based on your element. Then you, of course, select that bass element and you set it to active for main and not root only or semi-active bass, and then just check them. Which gives you the outcome that you want. So you can set that over here. And for the Korg Pa5X users, you can set it to your own device by selecting the generic USB MIDI. And when you save the style, just rename it to .mid and modify the labels in the DHW of your choice. Just like I showed you in the tutorial that I posted earlier before, how to convert Yamaha styles to Pa5X styles. It's really easy to do, and it's only a few minutes work with this program. That's it for now, and hope to see you again in the next tutorial.